Hello, this is Sonia, and in this video I am going to talk about a global crisis. I am also going to discuss how we should look for research and science to help us tackle the problem and make the world a better place. Global issues are ordered differently, but the problems are somewhat common. The World Economic Forum listed 10 biggest challenges that need to be tackled for a sustainable world. Look here that poverty and hunger is ranked at the top. Most world leaders agree that poverty is the key problem that needs to be dealt with. But why is poverty and hunger so important? 795 million people go hungry every day. That is 1 in 9 people around us. Those hungry people, more than 500 million live in Asia. More than 18% Bangladeshis live below the poverty line. As a Bangladeshi, I too am concerned about ending poverty and hunger. Cost-benefit analysis is a scientific approach to compare benefits to costs to help policy decisions. The cost of ending hunger is $30 billion. Funds needed to end extreme poverty is $175 billion. If you pay a living wage to the poor, you would need about $11 trillion. The benefits of ending poverty is huge. The estimated amount is over $100 trillion. Clearly, the payback far outweigh the costs. How much does the world spend in development? The ODA budget for 2016 was $142 billion, and that includes all programs economic to welfare. And this brings us to today's discussion point that we must ensure best and most efficient use of resources, including funds for poverty alleviation. How can we do this? Experimental research and science have tools to help us. Take the case of ending poverty and hunger. We see three broad types of programs being used. One of them is graduation programs. This combines transfer of assets with protective support and promotive assistance to create pathways out of poverty. The second one is livelihood development. This involves training, extension, services, market linkage, credit, input packages, etc. And the last one is unconditional grant. This is a simple approach of transferring lump sum cash. But which of the three is working? Which one has more impact? Using multiple rigorous evaluation, we can identify the program that works best. Similar poverty reduction projects are replicated across contexts and people. How does that help? If programs are replicated, the cost can be compared. The best and most sustainable programs can be identified. We can watch out for result bias, and finally this helps in decision making. That is not the case. Let's look at an example. Look, there is no indication that this advice was based on experimental research. GAP, Consultative Group to Assist the Poorest, and IPA, Innovations for Poverty Actions, together studied the most effective way to end extreme poverty. Copenhagen Consensus Center and BRAC Research and Evaluation jointly studied some anti-poverty interventions. Both studies looked at programs implemented in Sub-Saharan Africa, Latin and Central America, Southern and Southeast Asia. Was there any significant effect for this global challenge? Remember, there were three categories of program. Graduation, gradually bringing people out of poverty. Livelihood, helping them with extension and training. And cash transfer, one-time grant. Here is what the studies found. In the graduation programs, the study observed statistically significant impact. They found evidence that consumption or income increased. They saw assets to grow and savings to rise. Livelihood programs, the study found higher impact when targeted toward the less poor. In the cash transfer program, short-term positive effect on income or consumption was seen. Both studies didn't report observing any substantial impact. So how does exactly experimental research help us? Experimental research or randomized controlled trials are likely to give a correct answer when it's correct, a wrong answer when it's wrong. And further, a well-designed research helps us eliminate any kind of bias. Governments and donors must be aware of correlational data. Policymakers must use results of experimental study to base decisions and never recommend on the basis of correlational numbers. Results are accepted based on their quality of measurement. If we take the case of CGAP and IPS study and CCC and BRAC study, all the cash transfer and graduation programs were randomized controlled trials, but less than half of the livelihood programs were randomized. Therefore, this measurement was of fairly reasonable quality, not the best. So what could be an alternative proposal? A good alternative could be continuing with graduation programs and more funds for graduation programs. Science shows clear evidence of promising alternatives. Benefit cost table, see that the two graduation programs marked in green circles have more than $2 worth of benefit for each dollar spent. Whereas the benefits in livelihood programs and the cash transfer are far less. See that the BCR circles marked in yellow vary between $1.4 to $1.7. The orange has a BCR of 1 and the red under 1. Donors, even individual, can use research data to find better solutions to address and tackle global challenges. So what do I do? What is my personal contribution to reduce poverty? A little less than 10% of my family income is given directly to the poor family members each month. This may not seem as the best option, but this special connection helps me be happier and be more productive. I plan to work for poverty reduction. My background in science and business and my additional studies in social science make me a good fit for programs implemented in Bangladesh. How about you? How about taking a quiz to see if you are in the top 10% of the rich? I took it. I thought I was in the mid-income level, but I was surprised to find myself in the upper group. There's a calculator in the website of Giving What You Can. They will tell you in seconds how rich or poor you are. Let's assume you are rich, and if you gave away 10% of your income, would it be too hard for you to live by? I showed you a cost benefit of poverty reduction, but there is also cost benefit of giving. Like poverty reduction, the benefit of giving is much. So if you have the right fit, you can work directly and contribute, tackling a challenge of your choice. You can also contribute through charity. Remember that there are scientific evaluation results that tell us which programs are working and making good impacts and which are not so good. So go visit the sites of GiveWell or similar places before you comment. Please recall our budget is much smaller than what we need, so we better make best use of the money. Thank you for listening.